We're gonna give you 7 leg exercises that you can use for wrestling, and we're gonna start right now. Wrestlers, you guys are so tough, but you hate lifting weights, and I don't know why, because it transfers really well. So the first thing that you can do is, even because you guys don't like lifting weights, especially legs, do front squats, okay? So we're gonna do front squats, and you can even do a front squat just with an empty bar, okay? And then over time, you can build that up, so you can build up that strength. And I think one of the big factors around front squats is it helps with that overall mat strength, okay? It's also gonna help with that back strength, and that's gonna transfer very, very well. Now, I really like pairing front squats with this next movement. The med ball slam. I just hit my hat. Okay, now, that didn't go as smooth as I wanted it to go, but if I do a front squat into a med ball slam, okay, I can go 4 or 5 reps here. Come over here for about 20 seconds, slam that med ball, and that might get 10 to 12 reps. I'm gonna rest 1.5 to 2 minutes, I'm gonna get back in. I wanna do some strength work here. I wanna do some explosive work here. Think about getting heavy on somebody's head. Think about even what you're feeling when you're starting to lock up a cradle. That's what you're gonna feel here from that explosive position. Now, the next leg exercise. This is another great movement that you guys can use here to help with that leg strength. Remember, in wrestling, we're gonna be in a unilateral position most of the time. We're also gonna have quite a bit of hip flexion. So one thing that you can do is, if we get set here on our Garage Strength single leg rolling, single leg pad available at garagestrength.com, I might do a single leg squat. Okay, this is a fantastic movement. Probably one of my favorite movements of all time, as you all know. Now, the next thing that we can do, move this foot position. And good mornings are a movement that are gonna help really light up your back, help strengthen your back, help strengthen your hamstrings. So what I wanna do is come here, boom, boom. And now I have more weight on my front foot here, boom, boom. And I'm actually gonna be doing a single leg good morning. So I'm gonna feel that position that I wanna be in when I'm changing my hip level. If we change our levels, that's gonna help us in our offensive attack, and it's gonna help us with our defense, right? And if we can be strong and explosive through all joints in that position, boom, that's gonna help our overall power output. That's gonna help our overall single leg strength. So think about dropping, boom, taking that shot. Now, the fourth exercise. This next one would be any type of clean complex. When I worked with Nick Gwiazdowski, 2-time world bronze medalist, we did a ton of clean complexes. Right now, I'm also the strength coach for South Dakota State's wrestling team. We are currently in a phase in season, because we just got in season, where we're using clean complexes, and we're going on every 30 seconds. We're trying to mimic when we get into scrambles. And if we can get strong in that scramble situation and react quickly and apply a massive amount of force, that's gonna help with our overall mat strength. So if we do a power clean, full clean, rest 30 seconds, do it again. Do that for 6 to 8 minutes, okay? So every 30 seconds, power clean, full clean. You know, and if we're doing that for 6 to 8 minutes, I would recommend using even a power clean from any position, a 1-box clean. 1-box power clean, 2 front squats, rest 30 seconds. You can rest 45 seconds with heavier weight guys. But using a clean complex is absolutely fantastic, and it's gonna build upon the strength that we have from front squats. It's gonna build upon that speed and power output that we have from the med ball slams, and it's gonna pair very well with the single leg good mornings, which will lead to that hip change of level. So now we're developing power, we're developing strength, and we're developing speed, which ultimately is gonna lead to better performance out on the mat. So when we were building out peak strength and trying to figure out how can we get our world-class wrestling training into the hands of a normal kid, a normal wrestler who's just trying to make it to states, become a state champion, make it to the NCAA tournament, become an All-American, stand on the middle of that platform and look at every single aspect of the arena winning that All-American title. So we started to figure out what accessories could get you to that next level. And one of those big aspects can come into walking lunges. Now, I'm gonna give you 2 alternatives to walking lunge. I'm gonna look at, first, having this front-loaded position. If I take a step forward, I wanna rotate, okay? Here, I wanna rotate. Again, rotate, boom, rotate. Ooh, there we go. Rotate, one more, rotate. So I'm using a med ball. This is pretty light, okay? You can use that 14 pounder. I also think that if you're a little bit further out from the season, you can use a sandbag. Sandbag 50, 60, 70 pounds. That's gonna help with your abs and that back strength, and just that cradle position, that hugging position is gonna pay off big time dividends. Now, the next exercise. These are 2 movements that are freaking fantastic. And when I spend a lot of time going through positions and going through discussions with South Dakota State's team, okay, and even meeting with them at night and talking about these movements, this exercise is something that we use from referee's position, okay? So you're gonna do a horsed pull. And this is named after Jake Horst, who ironically, his dad was actually an NCAA All-American in wrestling. Now, the Division I level. If we're doing a horsed high pull, okay, so we're gonna be kneeling, similar to that referee's position. We wanna get big and explosive and very powerful in our upper back and in our shoulders and from the hips. That's gonna help with a stand-up. And we're gonna pair this with a knee jump to a bound. So now that's gonna help with strength and power, and then speed and power on this aspect. So we're looking at building up strength with that horse pull, building up explosiveness with the knee jump to a bound. So if you're an in-season wrestler or an out-of-season wrestler, you can download Peak Strength at peakstrength.app, the Google Play Store, the Apple iOS Store, select wrestling and select if you're in season or out of season. And we're gonna individualize that program based off of your feedback to help you improve that mat strength. Because remember, freaks, if you wanna become a champion, you've always gotta cultivate your power. Peace.